Alright, let's start this quiz of Neuro part 2 and optics. That's the last one before I give you grand test quiz. So all of the features of typical optic neuritis. I hope you should know the most common cause of optic neuritis is demyelination that can be localized or involving the brain, that is multiple sclerosis. The first sign of any optic neuritis is Marcus gun pupil, that is relative afferent pupillary defect, but there is no difference in the pupil size. In optic neuritis, decrease all the senses: color, form sense, contrast sense, motion sense, brightness, everything is reduced in optic neuritis, but photo stress test is normal and there is no difference in the pupil size. And if there is a optic neuritis due to demyelination, that is multiple sclerosis, intravenous steroid is given for 3 days and followed by oral steroids for 11 days. Investigation of choice is MRI. Now this is the keratometry after completion of retinoscopy. The vertical axis 0 means on the vertical axis the rays are focused on the retina. In the horizontal axis the rays are focused in front of the retina. Why? Because it is, you are giving minus, and minus means diverging. So it is simple myopic astigmatism, and minus is the horizontal one is focused more in front of the retina, means that cornea will be more having curvature, that is steeper cornea, and horizontal steeper is known as against the rule astigmatism, not with the rule astigmatism. The corneal curvature of horizontal is more, that is more steeper, so vertical is flatter. So D is the answer over here. Now if you see over here in dark, almost both pupils are looking equal in size, but in room light the right is same but left is constricted. In bright light left is constricted, with near both are constricted. That is light near dissociation. But the problem is in right eye first, because in light it is not constricting, but near it is constricting. So right eye is the having problem. That is the first point over here. This is Marcus gun pupil. I already told you there is no difference in pupil size. Here anisocoria is more in light conditions. So answer Marcus gun cannot be there. Argal reversal is a bilateral small pupil. That is also constricting with near, but it's a bilateral small pupil. Argal reversal. Neurosyphilis is the cause. Dorsal midbrain. So that is not the answer. Hutchinson's pupil is third nerve palsy due to aneurysm. That's a dilated pupil. And in third nerve palsy, it is a, till here third nerve palsy is okay. Third nerve palsy does not constrict with light, but it does not constrict with near as well. So third nerve cannot be the answer. The answer is AD's pupil when the problem is in ciliary ganglion of the right side, for example. It will not constrict with light but constrict with near because accommodation fibers are present. And diluted pilocarpine test, 0.125% test of pilocarpine is for diagnostic for AD's pupil. If you put diluted pilocarpine in the right eye, it will constrict. Diluted pilocarpine cannot constrict a normal pupil. 1% is minimally required for constricting a normal pupil. So that's a diagnostic and treatment of AD's pupil, diluted pilocarpine test. So answer, the right eye ciliary ganglion must be having problem. Now which refractive error is depicted in STOOMS, not serum sconoid, at least spelling error, doing in mobile sometimes. Sturm's conoid refractive error is depicted as astigmatism because two rays are focused at two different points. Myopia, hyperopia, they are focused at one single point. In front of the retina myopia, behind the retina hyperopia. And presbyopia is not a far point concept, it is a near point concept. For presbyopia, a recent drug has been approved, 1.25% pilocarpine once a day. But main treatment is near glasses for presbyopia. Now here the X-rays are focused in front of the Y. Both are in front of the retina, that is compound myopic astigmatism. So A is true. And X is more in front means X is steeper axis. And if X is vertical, it is with the rule astigmatism. So compound myopic with the rule is the answer. Cornea of X axis is having more curvature. Yes, that's why it is focused more in front. Now if you convert this, +1 diopter spherical means +1 working in all the axes, and -3 kept at 90 means vertical, it is working in the horizontal. So vertical becomes +1, horizontal becomes -2. That is mixed astigmatism, not compound myopic with the rule. So that's the answer over here. Even if you don't know this, you should know A, B, D were correct options. Now which is true? Altitudinal defects are those defects which are affecting only one half of the visual field. Classically seen in non-arthritic ischemic optic neuropathy. Not arthritic, again a mistake. Now, tobacco does not cause cedial scotoma. Cedial scotoma is seen in glaucoma patients. As we go towards the posterior visual pathway, the lesion become more congruous, means symmetrical, because the fibers are very conjoined together. Incongruous can be seen in two conditions like in optic tract, optic chiasma. And arcuate fibers are the last to be affected in glaucoma, that is false. So the true statement over here, true statement, yeah, of course, now not arthritic, it is arthritic. So true statement is, as we go towards the posterior visual pathway, it is more congruous. It should be non-arthritic, not arthritic. That's what is false. Tobacco cause central centrocecal scotoma. Cecal scotoma seen in glaucoma. Now calculate the amplitude of accommodation is near point of accommodation minus far point of accommodation. Now far point of accommodation is of a emetropic person. One reverse the far point. Where is the far point of emetropia? Infinity. So 1 upon infinity is 0. So far point of accommodation is 0 for emetropia. And if you convert 10 centimeter near point, always remember distance to diopter you have to reverse. So 10 centimeter means 10 by 100 meter. Meter to diopter, diopter to meter, just reverse. So 10 by 100 meter means 100 by 10 diopters. So 10 diopters is the near point of accommodation. As I told you, amplitude is near point of accommodation minus far point of accommodation. So 10 diopter minus 0 is 10 diopter is the answer. If I give a question of myopia of 2 diopters, myopia far point is in front of eye, that is taken as a positive value. So 2 diopter myopia with 10 centimeter near point will be 10 diopters minus 2, 8 diopters will be the answer. And if I give a hypermetropia of 2 diopters, the far point is imaginary behind the eye. Now if it is behind the eye, it is taken as a negative value by dictum. So 10 diopter near point minus of minus 2, 12 diopters will be the answer. So hypermetropia accommodates more, myopia accommodates less. In emetropia, it is 10 diopter in this question. Now, just told you recently approved drug for presbyopia is 1.25% pilocarpine because it works by say it assists in accommodation. It contracts the ciliary body, relaxes the nodules and changes the shape of the lens. Anterior curvature increase, horizontal thickness increase, vertical decrease, anterior chamber becomes shallow. That is accommodation. Assisting in accommodation is pilocarpine. It was present previously also, but now it has been approved by FDA. Usually nobody will give it. Better answer is of course near glasses for presbyopia, but yes, this drug has been approved. As the 10 questions, I hope you have done well. Best wishes for the exam.